Jimmy. There are no words to say what these people have meant to my sister, and I know what she meant to them. And this is just their support of our family, of Mike and Stacie's family throughout all this has just been mind-blowing. Thank you all so much, really. All right. To those of you who were at the service yesterday, I told you that I called her punk. There are some reasons why. When Stacie was born, all of us siblings got together to name her. I don't know why my parents thought that. It was really weird. Our older sister Diane and I, it was my older sister Diane, and then we had two brothers, and then myself and then Stacie. Diane and I shared a bed back then, which I'm sure my 18-year-old sister just loved since I was only 5. Anyway, Diane, Gail, and Jimmy got to sit on the bed, and they made me sit on the floor in my own room. They've never actually gotten over that, and that's how she got named. When it was just Stacie and I sharing a room, we used to draw an imaginary line down the middle of the bed. I'm sure there's siblings that have done that. And you are not allowed to cross it. She always did. I was thrilled when we got separate beds. Now, since we shared a room, we always fought over who got time alone in the room after dinner. She would want to go up and dance, and I would want to go up and sing. Once dessert was over, one of us would yell, "I've got the room!" And the other one would be stuck downstairs. And our neighbors would be like, in hell. She hated getting up to turn off the bedroom light. It was the one time. Anybody that knows Stacie and knows me, I couldn't get anything over on her. She had me controlled like a puppet. But this was the one thing that I could always get her on. If I came to bed after her and I had forgotten to turn it off, or she'd forgotten to turn it off, I would just get in bed and go to sleep. She would whine and say, "Sharon, get the light!" And I never did. It was probably the only battle I ever won. When I got my first apartment, the best thing about it was that I was no longer responsible for waking Stacie up in the morning. She was a pain in the butt to get up. I'd be late for my own classes because I spent too much time trying to wake her up. But she made up for it by bringing over the first dinner I had in my own apartment. We had it together. It was a roll of cookie dough. Yeah, I know, I was hungry back then. She loved torturing me with my most hated song, which is Roxanne by the Police. I love the Police, right? Whenever she heard it on the radio, she would automatically call me and have it playing in the background. And the crazy part about that is, we came here last night and Rob did karaoke for us, and one of the last songs he played was Roxy. And I'm like, "You bitch!" Knew she did that to me. And I know this one you all know. On the 3rd of every month, she would send me some important text that I had to answer and then follow up with a casual, "Oh, and guess what?" I finally started catching on to that one and started saying how many months it was to my birthday, which is also on the 3rd. But literally, if you don't know this, she would start, her birthday was September 3rd, October 3rd, she would start the countdown to her birthday. As you know, and can see all around you, Stacie was disgustingly photogenic. She would constantly tell me, "Be natural." When I smiled in pictures, it would drive her crazy when I would say, "But I'm trying." She didn't get it. Literally, Mike spent an hour and a half trying to teach me how to smile, and then he gave up too. She finally kind of got it then. Oh, that kid. She was stubborn, opinionated, and downright bossy. And she was the only person I could ever truly yell at. We really used to fight during our visits here or back in Rhode Island. We would be all sapping and loving for a day, and then we just went off each other. Luckily, we both knew it was just a release of tension because we never let ourselves get that way with anyone else. Well, at least I never did. Sorry, Mitch. But that is where the safe place to land came from. We could say anything and never doubt that the other would stop loving us. So that's my list. Those are things that made me start calling her punk. As you see, these minor things pale in comparison to the big, wonderful things about her. There's just a few of them. Her big, huge hugs that you felt to your toes. You all know this. The way her smile lit up whenever a friend or family member walked into the room. I mean, seriously, thinking back, I don't think I've ever heard her say, "Oh, hi." You know what? I mean, literally. The way she danced with abandon. Absolute crazy, like loving life abandon. A trait she has passed down to both her children. And you know what? I'm gonna try this. This is Jake and Katie dancing. Yeah, Mike definitely got his wife for children. He's screwed. You were gonna know this, and I'm sure some of you would. The way she would get that devilish look in her eyes when she had a crazy idea, and she'd go, she would totally do that. And the absolute joy that showed in her eyes whenever you see a picture of her, Mike, and the kids. She adored her family and loved them fiercely, especially their toes. You gotta go to the house. There's actually pictures of her eating the kids' toes. Before Stacie and Mike got married, she and I were trying so hard to track down a church song that we both had loved as kids. We had always thought it was just a responsorial song, but found out later that it was an actual full song. I have tried for 3 weeks to remember this one line lyric that meant so much to her, and I just couldn't get there. But yesterday, right before the service, after I had already said to her, "Stacie, I can't find the necklace from the wedding that you gave me." 5 minutes later, I found it in the jewelry box that I'd looked at least 5 times. I'd been missing it for a month. It was crazy. She then gifted me with that lyric, and I think she would want all of you to really remember it. And I think that's why she made sure I heard it and I knew it. And that line is, "All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you." And that was Stacie.